From Harlandale Memorial Stadium in South San Antonio, it's the McCollum Cowboys and the Corpus Christi Ray Texans. McCollum's, they've played 3 tight ones out of the gate here. They leaned heavily on quarterback Jordan Casares, and he may not be playing today. So we'll have more of that in just a little bit. So just keep it right here. It is the Corpus Christi Ray Texans are coming in with the same record as the McCollum Cowboys at 2-1. We got a chance to talk to both coaches. We'll have all of that in our Martinez and Associates pregame show. You're watching high school football. Up next, it's the Cowboys and Texans.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be a billion-dollar insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the billion-dollar auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-1111. Been in a crash? It's illegal for lawyers to contact you first. If yours did, it could ruin your case. Don't trust law firms that break the law. Choose Martinez and Associates, voted San Antonio's best law firm 3 years in a row. After you've been in a crash, go with the law firm you can trust. Call Martinez and Associates. With us, it's personal.
Call 210-337-1111. That's 210-337-1111.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium. Coach Robert Villafranca. I am Bobby Mendez alongside Cesar Mendez doing tech, Sebastian and Isaiah Castro, and Arissa Castro handling cameras. And Coach Villafranca, tonight a big test here for the McCollum Cowboys, as I probably could say that for every game they've played this year, but it is the WB Ray Fighting Texans coming into town today.
The Texans, coincidentally, Bobby, the McCollum Cowboys and the Texans both come into tonight's contest with 1 win and 2 losses. Neither have started district play. The Ray Texans beat King 58-0 last week. They have losses in weeks 1 and 2 to Nixon and Toulouse Midway. Both of those games very, very well played games. Tonight you're going to see Trip Thompson, the quarterback for the Ray Texans, featured in a grand manner. 49 completions, 83 attempts, almost 60% completion percentage. He's thrown for 644 yards in 3 games. Do the math. 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. Love that ratio. He's a 2-year starter. He's only a junior. He won the starting position as a sophomore, and Coach Charlton is high on him on his physical abilities and his mental acuity, his decision-making skills as well. I'm really looking forward to watching him play on the defensive side. Number 25, Jason Elmore, we'll probably call his name a bunch. He's a leading tackler, 16 solos, 14 assists, 30 total tackles. He's got a tackle for a loss. And Jason Elmore, he leads that Texan defense.
Coach, one of the things that sticks out the most is the win last week for the Texans. It was a huge win against a very good football team.
Against the King Brahmas, and we've seen the King Brahmas. We on RC Audio Sports 2 over there at the complex. Highlands played King, and it was a very, very well played game. That's 58-0 against a pretty good King Brahma team. So the Texans took a 150-mile trip here, and they brought a solid team with them. Looking forward to the game.
Yeah, Coach, and usually we do have a pregame interview with both the head coaches. And we were able to talk to Coach before the game, just unable to get the connection. But Coach, I know you talked to him and you guys had a really good conversation, and I feel really bad that we weren't able to put that up. But talk a little bit about what Coach Charlton was talking to you about pregame.
Well, Coach Charlton, probably the most interesting. All of it was interesting. As a matter of fact, we got off that interview and I said, "Hey, Coach, would you like to do a podcast one day?" He's did a really great job representing the Ray Texans. But he brought up an interesting little fun fact here: is that this year every varsity basketball player is playing football, and he says the way that impacts the team is that those are skill positions, those are defensive backs, those are receivers, and you're seeing Trip Thompson have a great year, at least a great start in his first 3 games, and he says it really helps to have people that you can throw to that are going to catch that ball. He was really excited about his team. Last year, he said, started a bunch of sophomores, took their knocks, made it to the playoffs, but he's starting to reap the rewards of playing those youngsters last year. And he comes back to 2025 with a group of football players, a squad that is very much experienced.
And that was Coach's conversation with Coach Charlton of the Texans over from Corpus Christi Ray as they are coming out of the tunnel. Coach, let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about the McCollum Cowboys. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports.
Join the legacy today and become a teacher for Harlandale ISD. Here at Harlandale, we offer many benefits for you and your family, competitive pay, and a starting salary for teachers of $58,000. We offer teacher stipends for teaching bilingual classes, coaching, special education, and more. Here at Harlandale, we are inspiring our students to be the change. Join us today and make a difference tomorrow. Apply now at harlandale.net/apply.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light. Oh, 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 oh.
We welcome you back to Harlandale Memorial Stadium, where we are in the Martinez and Associates pregame show. It's the McCollum Cowboys versus the Corpus Christi Ray Texans. And Coach, we just mentioned a little bit about the Corpus Christi Ray Texans and the McCollum Cowboys. They are also coming off a tough game to the Floresville Tigers. Jordan Casares not in the ball game today for precautionary reasons, but the Cowboys seem to have made lots of improvements this season as they've been within one score in each of their ball games.
They certainly have, and if you recall the game one against South San, we visited with Coach Wilkinson, and he shared with us that it was a very tough decision to go with Jordan Casares over Luke Tejeda. It was a battle for that starting spot, and he told us in week one that they were very close to each other. Jordan got the nod for this reason or that reason. Jordan will be out today, as you said, for precautionary reasons. We'll get to see Luke Tejeda lead this squad tonight. The Cowboys, again, 1-2, just like the Texans, haven't started district play. I had the privilege of streaming the South San game, but I always come back and watch the streams afterwards. Beat Somerset in week 2, lost to South San in week 1, 27-30, and then lost to Floresville in last week, 14-20, as you said. Jordan Casares will not play. 16 of 27. We'll see what Luke Tejeda can do at the quarterback slot. Expect to see Jeremiah Guerra, expect to see Devin Filan lead that defense. 15 solos, 15 assists, 30 total tackles.
Also look for Hayden, number
The
one.
safety, the free safety for the Cowboys.
Yes, Hayden Gonzalez, excuse me. He's also one of the ones that flies around in the defense for the Cowboys. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have a visit with Coach Wilkinson of the McCollum Cowboys. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports. And we welcome you back to the Martinez and Associates pregame show. Now with the head coach of the McCollum Cowboys, Coach Wilkinson. Coach, thanks for taking some time to speak with us today.
Absolutely, thank you.
Appreciate that. Hey, Coach, we're in week number 4 here. All your games have been very close. Talk a little bit about the progression each week.
Well, I feel like last week we actually took a little step back from week 2, so we're hoping to regain that and move forward even further than that this week. But, we've been in some tough battles, which is going to make us better down the road, and so we're pretty happy with preseason other than the record.
Well, Coach, last week, quarterback Jordan, you mentioned that he took a hit early in the first quarter and toughed it out, and now we might have an opportunity here to see another quarterback.
Yeah, so Luke Tejeda is going to start tonight. Jordan is out for precautionary reasons. We just want to make sure he's good and don't put him in any situation where he'd be harmed. But we feel really comfortable with Luke. He's had a great week of practice. He's going to operate and do what we asked to do, and we feel really good about it.
Coach, another huge test in this non-district schedule here. Talk a little bit about what concerns you about Corpus Christi Ray.
Very athletic. They got some very athletic, speedy players, so we got to keep them in check. They rush the passer really, really well, so we got to protect. And they're a good football team. They're well coached, and so we have to be well coached and execute as well.
What's the most important thing tonight for the McCollum Cowboys?
Just to operate and to execute the plays that are called. We feel like we have a good game plan going in. We're going to stick to it and just to execute and get it done.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck tonight, and thanks again for visiting with us.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Coach Wilkinson of the McCollum Cowboys. Back with more Martinez and Associates after this.
Well, that was the national anthem played by the McCollum band, and we welcome you back to wrap up the Martinez and Associates pregame show. We heard from Coach Wilkinson of the McCollum Cowboys. We talked about this being the final non-district game for the McCollum Cowboys. We talked about how good the McCollum Cowboys have been despite the 1-2 record, talking about how their games have been very close within a touchdown there. And as you see the captains down on the field there as we are getting ready for kickoff here in just a moment. We thank you for joining us. We always encourage you to utilize our live chat, as Clyde Crow Jr. says, let's go Corpus Christi Ray, and wishing everyone a very healthy football game and a safe trip back. So we thank you, Clyde Crow Jr., for joining us this evening. And again, as long as you guys keep it clean, we love having you guys on our chat. And we are just a couple moments away from kickoff. But Coach, before we get into that, I know you had mentioned a couple of players on that Ray Fighting Texans team, and Jason Elmore on the defensive side, and of course their quarterback who leads the way for Corpus Christi,
Trip Thompson.
Again,
what I like with the numbers that I like about Trip Thompson, right off, just jumps off the page to me. 7 touchdown passes, 1 interception. That's a kid that's making some good decisions. And Coach Charlton brought that up in our visit also before the game. In the pregame coin toss, the Cowboys won the coin toss. They deferred the option to the second half. Of course, given the option, the Texans have elected to receive. So it's going to be the McCollum Cowboys kicking off. They'll be defending the south goal to start the first quarter.
Well, here we are. We're ready to go. 12 minutes are on the scoreboard, and the kicking team on the field now for the McCollum Cowboys. David Garza, the senior kicker. Nice little high but short kick, fielded inside the 25, and a great wrap-up for the McCollum Cowboys. That was Elijah Fernandez, one of the first men down for the Cowboys.
Bobby, if I remember that South San game, the McCollum Cowboys special teams really shined in that game. We'll see if that continues week 4. Starting for the Ray Texans, the lineman, left tackle C.J. Salinas, left guard Jake Ortiz, the center is Abel Carpentier, the right guard is Nathaniel Ramirez, and the right tackle is Peter Chavez. The F-back is Elijah Massey. Bobby, I'm going to let you make this call. I'll finish that. I'll bookmark the F.
All right. Out of the shotgun from inside their own 30 at the 29. It's a quick pass out of the backfield. It's caught and maybe right back to the line of scrimmage. No, they'll get it down to the 30.
So the starting lineup will go on to the receivers. The ex-receiver, Jack Polmeyer. The wide receiver, Ismael Nunez. The Z receiver, Josefa Ula. The running back, Brian McCollum. And the quarterback, of course, we've been talking about him, Trip Thompson, a junior.
Trip Thompson has 3 receivers to the top and 1 to our near side. It's out of the shotgun. One man in the backfield. Brian McCollum. Hand off to McCollum. McCollum finds a little area on the right side and down to the 26, maybe even the 27-yard line.
It'll be third and manageable defensively for the Cowboys. Defensive tackles, Josh Cortez, Leland Villalobos, the ends, J.B. Fisher, Reed Gomez, linebackers, Devin Filan, Justin Barrientos, Jaden Ramirez, the safeties, Hayden Gonzalez, you mentioned him, Elijah Fernandez, the corners, Jeremiah Guerra, and Caden Andu.
And I said 27, I meant the 37. Two receivers top, one at the bottom of your screen. And Coach, I think what's going to get a little confusing here with the running back for the Texans being named McCollum. So you might hear me say McCollum with the run, and I'll do my best to add Brian's first name in there.
All right. McCollum versus McCollum.
Shotgun. Nice little pass out of the backfield or to the receiver to our near side. The pass is complete for first down for the Texans as they get to the 44-yard line.
Pass number 81.
Ismail Nunez is the target of Thompson's pass, and that's good enough for a first down. What I liked about Thompson right off the bat is he checked down. He let the receiver have some time, could not get open. He came down to his short route.
New set of downs here for the Texans. Three receivers to the top of the screen and one to our near side. Fakes a handoff. The pass is caught right at the 49-yard line, and they'll give him some forward progress, and he'll get about 6 yards on that play.
Play action pass for the Texans, and what the play action pass does, a fake run, it brings the linebackers up to the line of scrimmage, and it creates a little window for you to get that slant in, just the way it was designed, good for about 7 yards.
Second and short here for the Texans. Brian McCollum in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. Goes left side. Gets away from a defender, and it takes another couple of McCollum Cowboys to bring down Brian McCollum, not before he picks up another first down.
The Texans will not need a third down. They won't have to convert a third down to move the chains on that. They move the chains on 2 downs there. So the Texans on the move here in the early going.
So from the far side hash, there's one receiver on the top and two to our near side. Of course, the Texans moving from left to right. Plenty of time for Thompson. Finds a receiver along the sideline. Just threw it a little too far for his intended receiver, so the pass is incomplete. He was looking for Huzefa Ula.
Ula, the one of Thompson's favorite targets there. He did get behind the defender, and Thompson just not enough air underneath that pass, but almost connected. That'd have been a TD for sure had Ula caught it.
Second down and 10 now for Trip Thompson and the Texans. Thompson checking with his offensive line and making sure they pick up any potential blocks. Ryan McCollum gets the handoff, and he's hit immediately as he got to the 40-yard line. So a 3-yard gain there on this play for the Texans.
So after an incomplete pass and a 3-yard gain, it'll be 3rd and 7. This will be the toughest third down that the Texans will have had to convert here in the early going. Bobby, another thing that stood out to me about the Texans offense is they're about 50-50, almost, as close as you can get. I think 49.7 run and the other portion pass, but they're about 50-50 run-pass ratio.
Super balanced attack here by the Texans. Trip Thompson sends a man in motion, rolls over right side, looking down the field, has a receiver pass batted down by Hayden Gonzalez as he's playing some really good coverage there.
Hayden Gonzalez, as you said earlier in the game, Bobby, he flies around and he plays way back at the free safety spot, so he's probably you don't want Hayden to be your leading tackler. If Hayden's your leading tackler, boy, something's not happening in the front two layers. But he does fly around and he impacts a lot of plays. And Coach Wilkinson has told us that Hayden is a leader on that defensive spot.
So the Texans going for it on a 4th down here.
Maybe
as this is their 9th play of this drive.
Might be going for it. Yeah, it looks like they are.
Well, they have 2 receivers to our near side and one to the left side. Thompson asks for it. has plenty of time, fires down the middle of the field, has a receiver, but incomplete, overthrew him by just a little bit. Again, he was looking there for Huzefa Ullah.
Twice the target and twice overthrown the McCollum Cowboys defense, at least the sideline. Defensive brain trust has got to feel like they dodged a bullet or two on that drive. There were two passes just slightly overthrown. Either one of those connected, and man, that would have gone for a Ray score.
You know, it's a big test there for the defense, and that's what's been pretty strong all season long for the McCollum Cowboys. The question is, can they sustain it all game long? And here now we'll see the offense. Luke Tejeda on the reverse, left side. I believe that's Jeremiah Guerra.
Got a flag on the tackle from way up here. It looked like it might be a horse collar. Let's keep an eye on that white hat as I give you the McCollum Cowboys starting offense. Offensive line, Gabe Morales, Mario Medellin, Drayson Sanchez, Eduardo Flores, and David Garcia. Wide receivers for the Cowboys, Jeremiah Guerra, Alec Pacheco, Robert Roque. The running back is Dominic Zapata. I've heard you call his name a bunch. Tight end Rudy Rodriguez, and the quarterback is Luke Tejeda tonight. So the flag is waved off, Bobby. I think after a conference, the officials thought it might. If you let go, if you don't bring them down on the horse collar, it's not going to be called. The defender did have his hand on the shoulder pads, but he let go and did not bring him down in that manner. So no flag, first down either way.
So from their own 49, Tejeda out of the shotgun with Guerra in the backfield, sends a man in motion. High snap, but Tejeda handles it. They give it over to Guerra, and he gets to the 50-yard line for a 1-yard pickup.
Bobby, if I may, defensively for the Texans, defensive tackle Jason Elmore, the nose, CJ Salinas, the defensive end is Wyatt Hernandez. The B end is James Stevenson. The S end, Corgan Villanueva. Rover, Jason Gutierrez. The weak side linebacker, Marco Cumpian. Mike linebacker, Dakari Young. Free safety, Cuatro Kennedy. Left corner, Jaden Zaragoza. Right corner, Nicolai Hill Zanoni.
He sends Zapata out on a motion. Tejeda fires, passes caught. Looks like Guerra on the left side. A big first down for the Cowboys as they get into Texans territory down to the 31-yard line. 19-yard pickup for the Cowboys.
Tejeda connecting on his first pass attempt, and Coach Wilkinson kind of letting him get his feet wet and calling a couple of running plays before they got going. But it was time to throw the ball. Coach Wilkinson, Luke, let me see what you got, man. That was right on target.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll talk about this in a little while as well, too. You know, coming into the season, Coach having a tough decision, but always good to know. High snap there. Tejeda able to improvise, and he will take it, still get some positive yards, and get down to the 27.
How fortunate, Bobby, it is for a team or a coach, to have some depth at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, the Cowboys very fortunate, and, you know, thankfully for Jordan Casares, coach saying that precautionary measures, this is a non-district game, and it makes total sense that coach wants to make sure he's 100% for the start of district play.
Next week, time for the nitty-gritty. District play starts next week for McCollum.
They send a tight end to the opposite side. Tejeda out of the shotgun. Tejeda looking left, firing. It's a high ball, left up in the air, almost intercepted. But that pass incomplete.
That looked like Nicolai Hill Zanoni over here on the defense, and you may term that a 50-50 ball. I was going to say it was a 75-25 in favor. That was a tough one. Just did not get it deep enough, and Zanoni not able to come down with it. Third down and about 5, it's manageable, but I'm going to guess that we're in 4-down territory for the McCollum Cowboys.
Very fast-moving first quarter. We're almost at the halfway point with 6:01 to go. Tejeda again looking to throw. He's going to have pressure coming from one side, and he could not get away from the end there. That was number 23, Wyatt Hernandez.
Wyatt Hernandez, a big sack for the Texans, and essentially moves the Cowboys out of 4-down territory. Looks like the punt team is going out there, will be out there on the field now. So not only does he not allow the Cowboys to convert a third down, he forces a turnover. on downs here. So that was a big one, and that's that's a big part of quarterback play. You want to be able to get rid of the ball before you take that sack. Luke Tejeda, the first time he's been pressured, and was not able to get rid of the football.
Jason Gutierrez set to receive the punt. He's inside the 10. He'll take it, and he gets hit immediately and brought down at the 8-yard line where they call him down.
One from McCollum's number 10, Devin Falon.
Number 10, David Falon was the punter, Bobby. And you know what? I'm going to go back to that South End game again. I got to call that one with Haley. Had McCollum won, David Falon was going to get a vote for special teams player. I can't remember how many times he pinned South End inside the 20-yard line, inside the 10-yard line. This is exactly what you want from your punter.
So now the Texans deep back at their own 8. Trip Thompson, the quarterback for the Texans, has 3 receivers who are near side. They keep it on the ground as they give it over to Brian McCollum, and great team defense there for the Cowboys.
Bobby, you brought up the fact that it might be tough to call a McCollum running back playing for the Texans running the ball against the McCollum Cowboys. I got a fun fact for you. Did you know that the Harlandale Indians' first head football coach ever was Coach McCollum?
Oh,
1924, 2 years, head coach for the Harlandale Indians, Coach McCollum.
and just for everyone's, not the namesake, right, for McCollum High School.
Well, that's a good story.
Okay.
Let's come back to that.
Yeah,
Bookmark that, and we're going to tease that, and we'll come back to that.
Thompson got that ball, almost batted down, but good defense again. Again, I'm going to say it, good team defense, reacting very quickly to that play.
So one effect that having your back to the end zone has is that it forces a little bit more conservative play. The Cowboys have yet to send their linebackers. The defense has been very vanilla, front four rushing, linebacker staying in coverage. And so they really have not pressed Tripp much so far. We'll see if that changes with their backs against the end zone.
Third down now for the Texans. Thompson drops back, has plenty of time, fires down the middle, but the pass is intercepted. Brought back in the 10, down to the 5. Is that number 6? Elijah Fernandez with the interception. What a great key play for the McCollum Cowboys early on.
Just back there, see if there's any chance that we got a replay on that. Let's take a look at that. Elijah Fernandez playing center field, if you will. He watches the pass develop and steps in front of the receiver, and then his return. My goodness, look at that return. He looks like a running back. The spin cycle, as Haley would say, all the way back to inside the 5-yard line. Thanks for catching that, Caesar.
So now the Cowboys will have spectacular field position here. Ball spotted at the 5. Handoff, left side. Ball carried by Nate Moreno.
Big fullback type running back Nate Moreno. We'll talk about him when we have an opportunity. But, Bobby, that is only the second interception in 4 games for Tripp Thompson. So kudos to the McCollum Cowboys coaching staff there and their defensive alignment.
You know, when you see something like that, you can tell right away these kids look prepared, understanding, knowing where the ball is going, and just jumped right in front of that. For
very well played and great patience by Elijah.
Second down now. Tejeda rolls to the right side, has a defender, and he turned the ball over. As pressure was coming, he was rolling out and threw that one. So interception, the Texans get it right back.
So the Cowboys squander a golden opportunity here with the ball at the 5-yard line and 4 downs. And the Texans have, they've really hit the gold mark when they've rushed Tejeda. They've rushed him a couple of times and had great results for the Texans defense both times. You can expect more pressure as the defense, as the game goes on. I think that the Texans defensive staff have got to like what they see when they get pressure.
Thompson from back at his own 6-yard line, out of the shotguns, asking for it. Rolls right, looking downfield. The pass is caught at the 9-yard line, but double coverage there as the receiver, Ismael Nunez, the senior.
Nice short roll by Trip Thompson. Again, very conservative pass and able to deliver a short gain. Defensive coordinator for the Texans is Tyler Kirksmith.
Second down and about 6, maybe 7 for the Texans. Still plenty of time on the game clock. Little adjustment there for the Texans. They send Brian McCollum to the opposite side, and he'll get the handoff. And a great stop there by the defense. I also saw Devin Fallon there making a tackle, bringing up what I believe to be a third down.
We got a timeout on the field. The official pointing to his shoulders. He says it's on me. We got a McCollum injury. He's up on his feet, but the trainers, I think, are going to tend to him nonetheless. Let's keep it right here, as I don't think it's going to be a long break. The McCollum Cowboys, let's take a look at their coaching staff. David Wilkinson, of course, the head coach. Assistant head coach is Mike Lawrence. Offensive coordinator Mike Ruiz.
I think they ended up taking a timeout.
They did take a timeout.
You know, we're still.
And so it gives us an opportunity to talk about Matt Hakes, Southway Ford, David Benavides, Anthony Martinez on the floor there. Decades of experience. They're going to help you get the best possible deal that you can get, and they're going to make sure that your trade-in is what it should be as well. David Benavides, Anthony Martinez, whether you're looking for a pre-owned car, a new car for yourself, car for your kids, Matt Hakes, Southway Ford, located in the heart of Southside San Antonio. Don't make that big decision without visiting Matt Hakes, Southway Ford first.
Same times on Tuesday, where the Cowboys will visit Southwest.
Texans coming back after that brief timeout. So they'll have a third down here. Last possession for the Texans turned into an interception by Elijah Fernandez, senior safety. Thompson rolling left side, has a gap, takes it, and he will be brought down just enough for the first down. Actually, he rolled quite a bit, got to the 20-yard line and picked up 9 yards on that carry.
Coach Charlton told us before the game he loves the decision-making of Trip Thompson, and he's the second leading rusher on the team. 18 attempts, 18 carries, if you will, 162 yards, 9 yards per carry. He's scored 2 rushing touchdowns so far.
So it's a new set of downs here. And again, we talked about this very fast-moving first quarter. We are under a minute. Brian McCollum will get the call. Very little room to run as he barely got to the 22.
Number 15, Brian.
First down defense has been very good for the McCollum Cowboys on this drive. I was giving you the coaches for McCollum. Mike Lawrence is the assistant head coach. Offensive coordinator Mike Ruiz. Defensive coordinator is Roland Gonzalez. Assistants Arturo Barrios, Bobby Smith III, Wyatt Buffalo, Danny Garza, Abraham Trevino, Brandon Ramon, Lorenzo Anthony. Superintendent is Gerardo Soto. Athletic director Roseanne Martinez. Julie Gimbel is the McCollum High School principal.
Trips to the far side and one to our near side.
What's McCollum's nose guard? I'd like to make a point about this after this play, Bob.
Is that number 60, Josh Cortez?
Number 60, and that was the buzzer. The first quarter runs out. We will take a short break. Or let me visit with you about Presidio. Presidio Concrete. Second year on the sponsorship team for RC Audio Sports. Very appreciative of Hector Gonzalez, Dre Gutierrez. They have accomplished, you've heard us tell their story. They've accomplished some big projects in a 5-year, in their 5-year history. Vets Memorial Stadium, the Gorilla Enclosure at the San Antonio Zoo. But don't be intimidated by the jobs that they've done of that size, of that magnitude. They're residential or commercial, private, public. If you need concrete, whether it is a porch, a slab, or a Gorilla Enclosure in your backyard, Presidio Concrete is the place to call.
Thank you, Presidio, and thank you all sponsors. But, Coach, what a fast first quarter that was.
Certainly was. Clyde Crow on our chat says, I can't believe this is the 4th game of the season. Time is moving so fast. How about the 12th game that we have streamed already this season?
Don't remind me.
Okay, we've got, it's fun, great fun. Tomorrow we got 2 more games. We got a game here. You're going to be back here at Memorial Stadium, Jefferson and Harlandale, right here at Memorial Stadium. I'm going to be at the SAISD complex on RC Audio Sports 2. Marble Falls will be taking a trip. Brack will be hosting them.
Second down to start the second quarter. As the Texans start from their shotgun, here comes pressure, but it's a screen play. The pass to Brian McCollum out of the backfield, and he'll get enough for a first down. And he's made his way down to the 31-yard line.
Boy, what a well-timed play call there. The Cowboys really have not been bringing much pressure in the game so far. They bring pressure. The Texans have a screen called, just a perfect play call against that defense, and a new set of downs.
6th play of the drive here for the Texans. Since they don't huddle up, they do their signals from the line of scrimmage, so that gives them plenty of time.
That was go ahead, Bob.
Brian McCollum gets the carry, but he runs into some congestion there and maybe gets to the 35. Still hard to bring down.
Boy, officials really slow on the whistle, waiting to make sure that forward progress is stopped. But that was a point I wanted to make. The Texans don't huddle up, but they go to the line of scrimmage. You can't really call this offense up-tempo because they do get down to about the 10-second mark, between 10 and 15-second mark usually before they snap the ball. But they line up. They take a look at what they have. They probably have a play called, but if they don't like it, they're going to check over to the sideline and get another call. I was watching the defensive linemen, and man, they are down in their 3-point stance for 15 or 20 seconds. I was wondering how long that they finally wised up to it, and they're waiting until the call comes.
Well, they send a guard and tackle from the other side, and Brian McCollum on his feet all the way to the 50-yard line. 15-yard pickup, another first down. As the Texans move the ball.
Student body left, a classic GT pull, and a kick out the number 15 for the Ray Texans, as you said, was Brian McCollum. He benefits from that, and the Texans now at midfield moving the ball once again.
As you got a good shot of that offensive line, and boy, they've got some size on them. Trips to the top, one to our near side. McCollum in the backfield, a slow developing play, but it's a pass and it's completed and still on his feet. Huzefa Ula.
Brings number 8, Trip Thompson, completes pass number 1.
Huzefa Ula, who was targeted on a couple of deep passes in the first quarter. This time they go short to him. He brings that in and gets some good yardage along the sideline. And Bobby, in that time, the Texans did not check. So you've got to be ready. You can't just assume that they're going to check. Here again, snapping before they check. You got to be ready.
Brian McCollum gets the call, and the flag comes out of the play. But I think that's really what the defense has been really good on is the line of scrimmage and the run. Everything else has been a little bit challenging for them.
Holding.
Number 76, offense, 10 yards.
Boy, they call you out here, number 76, offense, the Whitehead tells us, and you'll have to look at your roster. I'm not going to give you his name. Poor guy blocking all game long. Hey, on that, Bob, first penalty of the game.
Yeah.
Second time the flag's been thrown, but they waved off the first flag. So that's a first penalty. We are at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter.
Still, and this is the 9th play of this drive. But a 1st and 20 now for the Texans. They keep it on the ground. Brian McCollum gets the call, and the Cowboys swarming to the 45-yard line where 3 yards are picked up.
Of course, calling out the number of the person who committed the penalty. That's that's been around for a while. About, I'm going to guess, 10 or 15 years ago, it started. It became conventional, and now officials are trained to do that. But I just can't help to feel sorry for an offensive lineman. Never gets his number called, never gets his name called, working his tail off, and then he gets a hold, and let's tell the stadium about it. I've just never been able to get used to that change.
2nd and 15 now for the Ray Texans. Thompson looks left. Good defense And good coverage. The pass is incomplete.
Jeremiah Guerra coming through here, sticking his hand in the path route and putting that one away.
About a 6-inch difference between Guerra and Ula.
That was about waist high. Guerra came through and closed in. He's got 3 interceptions for the season so far. 14 solos, 8 assists. He's one of the top tacklers for McCollum.
3rd and 15 now here for the Texans. Ryan McCollum in the backfield with Trip Thompson. Low snap on the ground, but Thompson able to get it back. He's pressured. Fires. Pass is incomplete, but a collision, on the 30-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. What a collision there. That was Hayden was right there on it. The officials right on top of it. I don't see I don't see a flag. The officials were right there. He's on. Let's take a break.
Ready! Set! Go! It's a bad idea to run a foot race against these guys, just like it's a bad idea to go up against the billion-dollar auto insurance industry all alone.
Hire Martinez and Associates. With us, it's personal.
I have worked for Harlandale for 9 years. What makes my job special is knowing that the kids are getting a healthy and good meal to get them through the day. My kids come here. I have a 7th grader and an 11th grader, and my daughter graduated from McCollum High School in 2018.
Join Harlandale ISD cafeteria staff and be a crucial part of nourishing young minds. Apply today at harlandale.net/apply.
Come be a part of the Harlandale legacy.
And we bring you back to Memorial Stadium. RC Audio Sports bringing you the Corpus Christi Ray Texans and the McCollum Cowboys in Week 4. During the break, Ethan Garza, who was the intended receiver there, took a shot, but I'm happy to report he was on his feet. He put his helmet back on, and he jogged across the field. So that is a great sign. The officials right there on it. Of course, you see a hit of that level of impact, and you're thinking target, but target is a very specific rule, and there were at least 2 officials right there on it. Neither one of them drew their flags.
Take Palmer to punt it off. What a very nice punt. Right side, picked up at the 13 along the sideline. Is that Hayden Gonzalez? Hayden Gonzalez, I'm telling you, man, that guy can hit. He was the return man that time, and he delivered the blow.
Received by.
You don't expect a returner to lower his shoulder and give you some contact. So the Cowboys, statements here and there. It's a physical ball game, and so far very cleanly played. 1 penalty in a quarter and almost a half here. The Cowboys will take possession. Hayden able to return that outside the 20-yard line. So gives Coach Wilkinson a little cushion there in his play.
Coach, I don't know if I've ever seen a defensive game this good.
Oh, exactly. 100% agree.
So Cowboys will take it from their own 24. Pass is short, but it was lateral. No, it was not. So the pass is incomplete. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Cowboys. And let's go ahead and take another break as we have a Texan that is down. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports.
I've been working for Harlandale for 23 years. I'm the first person they see, and I like to work with kids. Here at Harlandale, we're a team. And when it comes to delivering the kids safely to school, we all work together and we accomplish the mission.
Join Harlandale ISD as a bus driver and become a vital part of our education community. Enjoy a fulfilling career with competitive pay starting at $19 an hour. Apply today at harlandale.net/apply.
Come be a part of the Harlandale legacy.
Ready! Set! Go! It's a bad idea to run a foot race against these guys, just like it's a bad idea to go up against the billion-dollar auto insurance industry all alone.
Hire Martinez and Associates. With us, it's personal.
He's walking off.
And still in break here at Memorial Stadium gives us an opportunity to visit about Yvette Theus, new to our sponsorship team. Yvette Theus of Soul Rose Medicare Legacy. If you are eligible for Medicare or going to be eligible for Medicare, you need Yvette Theus in your corner. It can get kind of complicated. You got a lot of options, and sometimes, I mean, as much as you want to do the research yourself, it's good to have somebody who's doing that all day long, all the time. Yvette Theus will help you make sure that you get the best policy for you.
Second down now here in the second quarter as the McCollum Cowboys moving from left to right. We were talking about how this is a defensive battle so far. One back in the backfield with Tejeda. Tejeda hands it over to Zapata. Zapata with a good run all the way across to the 32-yard line.
We'll see what the last interception that Tejeda threw is going to do to the play calling for McCollum. See how prone they are to keep this on the ground, and how when they'll give Tejeda the green light to put it back in the air. Third and short, you might expect a run, except this defense is pretty stout.
Plenty of time on the game clock here, as you guys can see. So Tejeda has his offense set up with two receivers to our near side. Third and short. Tejeda hands the ball off to his running back. Maybe a yard short on that one. I believe that was Zapata again on the carry.
Number 20, Dominic Zapata on the carry for a 1-yard gain.
So now a fourth and short. This is a tough one here.
I don't know, Bobby. The defense is, you know, what's tempting is that the McCollum defense is pretty good. But back at your own 33-yard line in a 0-0 game, I don't know. Maybe hard count here. We'll see what Coach Wilkinson dials up.
I'm a big fan of that hard count, especially in this situation.
Absolutely. We've seen the Texans try it a couple of times already tonight. And the hold on, timeout is good. Yeah, let's think about this. And if we're going to go for it on fourth, we're going to get this right. 7 Cents Media. Sebastian Castro, Isaiah Castro, and Arissa Castro. You've seen their work here on RC Audio Sports. Just professional camera work, photography by Arissa. When they're not producing for RC Audio Sports, they've got 7 Cents Media that they do for themselves. They'll produce a podcast, a documentary, a wedding or big event. They'll videograph or even stream it if you'd like it streamed. 7 Cents Media.
From McCollum High School, presented by Desde Martinez.
And Superior Tax. Superior Tax has been with us from the beginning. That's Bobby Mendez. Bobby, tell us about taxes in September. What do we do in September?
Well, we got the extension deadline coming up, October 15th. So if you still haven't got those 24 tax returns done, we can take care of those for you. Just call me tomorrow, not tonight.
Don't call him tonight. I need him to play by play. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
All right.
No calls tonight.
Cowboys are set up to go for it. Tejeda hands the ball off. He may have gotten enough. He sure did.
I don't know, Bobby.
Oh, wait a second.
No, sir.
I was following the wrong play.
Yeah. Boy. 4th down and 1, and the Ray Texans defense steps up to the task. That was a dice roll, and that came up snake eyes for the McCollum Cowboys. And Coach Wilkinson bringing his offense off the field and putting it in the hands of a very good McCollum defense, but still a short field for a potent offense. We'll see how that snake eyes affects the scoreboard. We've got 6 minutes and 42 seconds left to play in the second quarter. This is a fast-moving ball game.
Very fast, very clean football game as far as penalties are concerned. Lots of contact, a very physical football game, and I guess that really describes why this is a defensive football game so far.
0-0, I would call that defensive.
So the Texans with very good field position after the turnover on downs. Trip Thompson gives it over to Brian McCollum. McCollum Gets away from a couple of defenders, maybe two more defenders, and gets across the 25, but there's some flags on the play here.
Bobby, that was about an 8-9 yard gain if it holds, and all 8 or 9 of those yards were after contact. McCollum is hard to bring down. Let's see what the white hat tells us.
Face mask, number 1 on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run.
That's going to leave a mark, a 15-yard penalty, or from the 27, it's going to be half the distance to the goal line. Comes with an automatic first down. Comes with a foul. So depending on where the penalty occurred, I know it was inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah,
so
well,
half the distance.
he did get to the 23-yard line, so he gained 10 on that one. So wherever that occurred is where they're going to add it on. So they get down to the 11-yard line. So
must have happened at the 22. Half the distance is the 11. So 1st and 10, not 1st and goal for the Texans.
The Texans need to get down to the 3-yard line for a new set of downs. High snap. Thompson is just going to have to take it himself, but he goes nowhere. As the McCollum defense does a great job of flying around.
Number 8, Trip Thompson on the carry.
As much as Trip Thompson is a dual threat quarterback, man, he can pass and he can throw, but he's a pass first quarterback. He's got his eyes downfield looking for his targets, and when they don't show up, he came back into the pocket and took a loss there. But at the 15-yard line, a 4-yard loss is not huge. 2nd down and about 14, or I'm going to call it 13 to go. But again, an eyes downfield, pass first quarterback, Trip Thompson.
Trip Thompson out of the shotgun. This time a clean snap. He rolls right side. Has time, looking down the field in the end zone. The pass is caught. And that's Ula.
Trip Thompson completes pass number 0. Elijah
check that. That's Elijah Massey with a touchdown. It's a 15-yard touchdown play.
And a little bit of a throwback. I've got a feeling that was designed, a short roll Thompson took to his right, but as soon as he was in his throwing position, he looked back across for the come across route. He found Elijah Massey coming across in the end zone. Boy, that time he did not overthrow that pass. That was a strike.
Low snap. They're going to have to improvise, and the 2-point conversion will not be good. The extra point will not be good. But the touchdown's there. The Texans will have the lead 6-0.
Oh. Number 25 of the defense. Up the distance to the goal.
Yep, it's a live ball foul, and so the Cowboys are going to have to line up again and try to stop the Texans from converting the extra point. But instead of snapping from the 3, they're going to snap 1.5 yards away from the goal line. We'll see if that affects Coach Charlton's decision to go for 1 or 2. Of course, following a bad snap, you're kind of leaning that way anyway, and half the distance, 1.5 yards for 2 points. That's a hard deal not to take. So it looks like the offense coming back on the field. I see Trip Thompson. I don't see a T. I see a T for Tripp and a T for Thompson, but I don't see a kicking T.
Nope, they're going to try for the 2-point conversion now. Thompson rolling right, looking back of the corner of the end zone. That ball batted down. Great defense by the Cowboys.
So
6-0 our score here in this first quarter after the touchdown. So let's take a quick break. When we'll come back, we'll have more high school football on RC Audio Sports. Back here at Harlandale Memorial Stadium, where the Corpus Christi Ray Texans taking the first lead 6-0.
Bobby, it was a 33-yard drive. It only took the Texans 3 plays, a minute and 12 seconds to score that one. It was a 15-yard pass from Trip Thompson to Elijah Massey. Tripp's 8th touchdown pass of the season.
All of that on the turnover on downs for the McCollum Cowboys that put the Texans in very good position, and they kick it to the left side. He's only got the kicker to beat, and he's beat him. He's at the 10, the 5, and into the end zone. Jeremiah Guetta. What a response by the McCollum Cowboys.
And the light show here at Memorial Stadium is that Edwin Diaz coming in out of the bullpen. Oh, my gosh. The McCollum Cowboys celebrating the touchdown, a kickoff return. Jeremiah Guetta. Boy, he got through the initial wave of defenders. He had the kicker and basically a pylon as Jeremiah went around him and right down the sideline and scored that touchdown. I'm going to call that about a 70-yard return. Caesar, any chance that we got that one on replay? All right, we're gonna have to pause, run it back, and watch that one again. We archive all our games, so you can always come back and see
your own
watch these
replays.
actions. Get your own replays. Yeah.
There you go. Extra point is good. So the Cowboys will take the lead just like that on a quick response. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports.
Been in a crash? It's illegal for lawyers to contact you first. If yours did, it could ruin your case. Don't trust law firms that break the law. Choose Martinez & Associates, voted San Antonio's best law firm 3 years in a row. After you've been in a crash, go with the law firm you can trust. Call Martinez & Associates. With us, it's personal.
Call 210-337-1111. That's 210-337-1111.
And we bring you back here to Harlandale Memorial Stadium, where the McCollum Cowboys responded right away on a touchdown of their own to take the lead 7-6.
Jeremiah Guetta, a kickoff return after the Cowboys had just given up a touchdown to the Ray Texans. They denied the 2-point conversion twice to keep the Texans at 6, and a quick answer and an extra point. The extra point was good, so 7-6, just like that. The McCollum Cowboys have taken the lead here with 5 minutes and 18 seconds left to play. Bobby, resilience sometimes I think is an overused word, just a quick go-to, but we call that South End game, and I'm going to tell you, resilience is like just all over the place with this McCollum Cowboys team.
This is definitely a new Cowboys football team, and a short kick, fair caught at the 30-yard line, where the Ray Texans will take over.
And good news for the Ray Texans fans. Number 12, that was Ethan Garza taking that kickoff. So he's back in the game after the contact that he had in the first quarter, or earlier in the second quarter, I believe. But good to see Ethan Garza back in the game, a junior, and boy, just that made me happy to see him back in the game.
We talked about this being a pretty physical game, and talking about resilience, Coach, and resiliency there for Ethan Garza to come back up and get back into the ball game.
In the first game of the season, the Cowboys lost to South San. That was a close game, a 1-point game, if I'm correct, if I'm remembering. I'm gonna let you make the call. I'll finish that thought in a second.
Thompson hands it off to McCollum. McCollum gets away from a defender, but defense able to hold him up just enough for everyone else to get there, but not before Brian McCollum picked up 5 yards.
The McCollum Cowboys in week 1 lost to South San by 3. It was 27-30, but South San was a very quick striking team. They were scoring on 1 and 2 plays of drives, a quick striking and explosive, and McCollum kept coming back. It's just very patient with their drives and, again, keeping their heads in a close ball game, and see that again here tonight.
Out of the shotgun, Thompson gets it over to his main man. That is Josefa Ula. But good coverage as well, as he was immediately brought down.
Josefa Ula, one of, Tripp's favorite target. He's 12 receptions, 200 yards coming into the game. He's averaging 16.7 yards per catch, and he had 2 touchdown receptions coming into the game.
Ball now spotted at the 39-yard line, making this a 3rd and short. And talking about that McCollum defense, Coach, and even the offense, this is a very well-disciplined McCollum football team.
Sure seems that way. 2 penalties so far this game.
Out of the shotgun, Thompson's going to roll to his right side, and he's going to keep it himself. But the Cowboys there defensively to make the stop, but not before Thompson able to pick up a good chunk of yards and pick up a first down.
3rd and short was the situation. Coach Charlton says, Tripp, you take this one. That was a quarterback run all the way. Great blocking. Wasn't designed for a big play unless Tripp could break a tackle or two, but it did what it needed to do and move the chains for fresh set of downs for the Texans.
So the ball now set, and of course we talked about how the Texans don't have a huddle. They call their play at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes they snap it quick. Sometimes they let the clock run down. Thompson, plenty of time. No, now he's got some pressure. Good coverage or blocking. Good move by Thompson. And he is brought down at the 46-yard line on a 2-yard gain.
Had a timeout on the field, and Tripp Thompson's helmet came off, and when that happens in high school football, you've got to come out for a play or take the timeout. And Coach Charlton, with all 3 of his timeouts left and 3 minutes and 4 seconds left to play in the second quarter, says, I'm going to take a timeout, keeping Tripp in the game.
We'll take it with him. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports. Back here at action in the second quarter after a timeout to get Thompson's helmet back on and get him back onto the field without having to take a play off. Out of the shotgun, Thompson, screen, completed to McCollum. McCollum has room along the sideline, a big block, and he is brought out of bounds right after crossing the 30-yard line. So move the chains again for the Texans.
Bobby, the Texans, that was not a screen play. That was, I think that was a read on the rush as the Cowboys got a rush on the right edge. Tripp Thompson and his F-back are going to read that, and he's vacated a spot. I'm going to turn around. I'm a receiver now. Give me the ball. He had no blocking out in front of him, so that was not a called screen. That was a read off of the defense.
Turn it into a 19-yard gain and a first down. From the 26, Thompson and the Texans. Thompson rolling right, has time, sets up, fires, pass, overthrown, and incomplete. Well, he did have some pressure coming in from the backside, but got rid of the football just in time.
Eyes in the back of his head, starting for the second year, only a junior, won the starting job as a sophomore. Coach Charlton, very high on Tripp Thompson, on his physical abilities and also on his decision-making abilities.
So it brings up now a second down here for the Texans. The McCollum defense has played very well. The only touchdown they gave up was the touchdown where the Texans started at the McCollum 33-yard line. Seventh play of this drive that started back at the 30-yard line. The handoff to Brian McCollum, and he gets it and gets down to the 23.
Bobby, I'm going to trust Clyde Crow Jr. He's he's a faithful viewer of our streams, and he's given us some scores. I'm going to trust you this time, Mr. Crow. Floresville 10, Highland 6, he tells us. Southwest Legacy 7, and John Jay 7. Both of those games in the second quarter. Thanks for keeping us up to date on those scores. We've got a timeout on the field. Let us see. It's going to be the Texans who have called it. It's a second. Well, it's a 2-minute timeout is what it is.
There it is.
You got the 2-minute timeout in high school these days. You are watching a very good high school football game at Memorial Stadium. You're watching it on RC Audio Sports while you're here. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Join the legacy today and become a teacher for Harlandale ISD. Here at Harlandale, we offer many benefits for you and your family, competitive pay, and a starting salary for teachers of $58,000. We offer teacher stipends for teaching bilingual classes, coaching, special education, and more. Here at Harlandale, we are inspiring our students to be the change. Join us today and make a difference tomorrow. Apply now at harlandale.net/apply.
Been in a crash? It's illegal for lawyers to contact you first. If yours did, it could ruin your case. Don't trust law firms that break the law. Choose Martinez & Associates, voted San Antonio's best law firm 3 years in a row. After you've been in a crash, go with the law firm you can trust. Call Martinez & Associates. With us, it's personal.
Call 210-337-1111. That's 210-337-1111.
We bring you back to action here after the 2-minute warning timeout. The Texans are set up in very good field position down at the Cowboy 23-yard line. This, their 8th play of the drive. Third down, big third down here for the defense for McCollum. Can they stop him? Thompson, out of the shotgun. Thompson looking left, firing left. Pass is caught into the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, there's going to be some flags on the play.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play, though, Bobby, it appears that it came after the play. I'm going to assume this is a dead ball foul and will not affect the touchdown. The officials, of course, using wireless communication now, so it makes their conferences go by a little bit quicker. The white hat looking over to the Texans sideline before he comes and tells everyone in attendance what we have.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 1 of the offense.
After the play, it was number 1 of the offense. The official tells us with an unsportsmanlike conduct. The touchdown will stand because it's a dead ball foul. I think that the Cowboys have an option of having the penalty enforced here on the extra point or at the kickoff. We'll see what Coach Wilkinson decides to do. You know, Bobby, maybe there's enough time. Well, I'm going to come back to that McCollum question. I haven't forgotten it, and I do want to answer it, so I'm going to leave that in tease format.
All right, so the Texans are going to try for 2 here. Toss right side. Brian McCollum gets wrapped up by the McCollum Cowboy defense. The 2-point conversion, no good.
Second 2-point conversion that the McCollum Cowboys defense have denied, and that looks like that's going to play a bigger and bigger part as we go on. Let's talk about McCollum. And we said, well, we've got a little timeout on the field. We've got someone injured, so anytime that happens, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Join the legacy today and become a teacher for Harlandale ISD. Here at Harlandale, we offer many benefits for you and your family, competitive pay, and a starting salary for teachers of $58,000. We offer teacher stipends for teaching bilingual classes, coaching, special education, and more. Here at Harlandale, we are inspiring our students to be the change. Join us today and make a difference tomorrow. Apply now at harlandale.net/apply.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light. Oh, oh, oh.
Well, the Texans on a touchdown drive, Coach.
The touchdown for the Texans, it was a 70-yard drive. 8 plays it took Texans to get to traverse at 70 yards. A 23-yard pass from Trip Thompson to number 1, Josefa Ula, punctuated that. Trip Thompson's touchdown pass number 9 for 2025. The extra point conversion, it was a attempt for 2. That was denied by McCollum. We've got a little short break. I'm really wanting to tell you the rest of this. We talked about McCollum. You said it was hard to call McCollum running back and McCollum tackling McCollum. But Harlandale High School, those who know me well know that one of my hobbies is Harlandale history. And so I do a lot of that. And so learned that McCollum was Harlandale football's first coach in 1924 and 1925. What I have not been able to determine is whether that was Dillard McCollum, who became the principal of McCollum, and then later had the school named for him, a superintendent also as well of Harlandale ISD.
So the Cowboys return it back the other way. Guerra lost his footing, and he goes down. He was looking to repeat the last return.
So just to bring some closure to that, I can't for a fact tell you that it wasn't. His timeline is very close. There's no mention of his first name. I've not been able to track down the first name of Coach McCollum, Harlandale High School's first football coach, but his timeline tracks perfectly. He was about the same. He was about the age of Dillard McCollum, and early in his career and so forth. So I'm going to say
could very well be.
Could very well be.
So here's a good field position here for McCollum, and remember, folks, McCollum won the toss and elected to receive or kick off, and as the Texans on a big sack there, an 11-yard loss for the Cowboys, and what a defensive effort there by the Ray Texans.
And never bodes well for an offense to take a loss like that. The Cowboys are going to take a timeout and talk about it. But what you're wanting your quarterback to do is to evade pressure for just long enough and get rid of that football, not take the sack, especially not on first down. You just don't ever want to take the sack. You don't want to get an interception on first or second down and forfeit the downs that you have left. But again, 2 big sacks for Luke Tejeda here in the first half, and of course, a 10-yard loss is going to affect your drive.
Yeah, and be fortunate for the Cowboys, they do get the football to start the second half. Yep. So being able to put something on a drive together here, maybe get something in.
Well, there's 2 ways of looking at it. You could be a little risk averse and say, let's play it safe because we're getting the ball in the third quarter anyway, and we can play it that way. Or
but then you don't want to leave too much time in good field position.
Exactly. You don't want to make a mistake again deep and give the Texans another short field or a short field for the second time tonight. So again, I mean, it's easy up here, calling the game. Those are some tough decisions, and we defer to Coach Wilkinson and Coach Charlton on those decisions.
Up the middle, Zapata with the carries, carrying about 4 Texans with him, and he got to the 39-yard line. That was a good carry.
That was a good carry of 4 defenders. Yes, it was. And he had the football in his hands.
That's right.
So, minute and 20. It doesn't look like the Texans are in a hurry. They've only got 1 timeout left. If they keep the Cowboys from converting on this 3rd and 12, you're probably going to call that timeout and get a punt and get a couple of plays in.
Good experience here for Luke Tejeda to run a hurry-up offense in this second quarter. Out of the shotgun. He's dropping back, looking right. Has to scramble and running into the defender, number 29 for the Texans, making the stop. That's Jeremiah Vasquez.
Back number 3 for the Ray Texans defense. And just as we thought would happen with 43 seconds left to play, the Texans call their final timeout. They're going to force a punt and give themselves 35, 40 seconds, I'd say, without a timeout, maybe 2 or 3 plays there. And but at least a chance at a block, perhaps, make them punt, maybe a high snap. This is pretty conventional wisdom here. Force a punt here. maybe a high snap, maybe a block, maybe a good return. Either way, if the Texans get possession of the ball, 2 or 3 plays that they can run.
You know, Coach, coming into this ball game, we knew that McCollum is becoming a solid team. We knew that Ray coming in was put up some points before. So I wasn't really too sure what to expect when we saw these two teams. But I can tell you right now, this is a football game, and sometimes it's not the big plays, and sometimes it's just who's going to battle it out to the very end. But so far, that's the way it's been in this first half.
I'm going to bring you back to a visit that you had with Coach Wilkinson after that Somerset win, and he had the Gatorade bath. But in that visit with Glenn Revelle, bookmark that. We'll watch the punt.
Garza, very high punt, but short. It'll take a Texan bounce, and it will be down at the 45-yard line with 35 seconds left to go in this first half.
One of the things that Coach Wilkinson said in that postgame visit with Glenn Revelle was that he was telling his kids, you have to fight longer. You have to fight longer. You have to fight longer than they're fighting. And I thought that was a pretty good mantra, if you would.
Yeah,
positive,
very positive message.
That's what you have tonight: is who's going to fight longer? Can you fight longer than the other guys are fighting? And the last guy fighting is going to win tonight.
Trip Thompson out of the shotgun. He's dropping back. Pressure's coming from the corners. Gets rid of it to Brian McCollum. McCollum finding some room along the sideline, and he gets forced out of bounds in McCollum territory at around the 35, maybe the 37.
A big gain and a great punctuation to the play. I can hear Jerry Comalander saying, it's the little things. It's the little things. And McCollum makes sure not to get tackled in bounds. He goes out of bounds, stops the clock. The Texans with no timeouts. That was big. 26 seconds left to play in the game, and the clock is not running because McCollum had the presence of mind to run out of bounds on the play.
So McCollum defense looking for a stop. The Texans looking for a score. Thompson rolls left. Here comes pressure. Thompson now deciding to run it. He gets the first down, and he is brought out of bounds at the 22. But still, the clock will stop.
Again, a first down, and again, out of bounds. Trip Thompson gets himself out of bounds. It looked like he was thinking about the slide there right around the numbers. And then, it occurred to him, no, I can't take a slide here. I got to get out of bounds. And, he kept his feet zigged and zagged and wasn't really looking for positive yardage as much as he was looking for that horizontal yardage to the sideline. Let's stop the clock. 14 seconds. 14 seconds, the ball at the 22. I mean, you're talking about 2, maybe 3 plays into the end zone if that's what Coach Charlton wants. You probably not going to run here. If you can always clock the ball if you run. But I'm going to assume here, if I'm a McCollum defense, I'm going to assume that we're going to see 3 shots in the end zone here with 14 seconds left. They got to be quick. Thompson can't hold the ball for long.
Trip Thompson, the junior quarterback, leading the Texans.
Here's one.
Pass time, steps up into the pocket. He'll keep it himself, gets across the 20 again. This time comes to the left side and gets out of bounds where the clock will stop once again.
That was a long play. It took 9 seconds off the clock, but still some good real estate that Trip Thompson gained there. And it looks like the field goal team is out on the field to try to convert a 26-yard field goal, or let's call that a 33-yard, because the tee will be at the 23-yard line at 10 for the end zone. A 33-yard field goal attempt. The last time this team was out on the field, it was a low snap, and the extra point conversion was not good. Timeout. Official running in. McCollum is going to call it. They've got 2 timeouts left, so maybe freeze the kicker a little bit here with 5 seconds left. This will surely be the last play of the half.
Corey Carpenter, the kicker for the Ray Texans, as he will get set for a field goal here. And Coach, they've got the ball at their own 45. They only ran 3 plays. 3 big plays.
Wow.
They got him down here. Where's that ball spotted at the
23? 16 right now.
So what make that a 26-yard field goal?
Well, we're going to put the T at the 23, so I was going to call that a 33 yard.
33 yards.
Bobby, and 3 plays. How did all 3 of them end?
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Jerry Comlander, I hear you. It's the little things. It's the little things, Robert.
Downtown into another part of town, which makes
second down here.
For us, it's important that we live among the clients that we work.
For a 33-yard field goal attempt. Corey Carpenter. The kick is up, and it's not going to make it. Short. So the Cowboys, with a sigh of relief here to go into the second half, or go to halftime, trailing 12-7. Boy, oh boy, what a first half that was, Coach.
Loved it. This is football, high school football, man. I'm glad to bring this to you. Thank you for joining us here on RC Audio Sports. You hear, subscribe, hit that little bell icon. You'll never miss one of our live streams. This is some great football. We're so we feel so fortunate to be able to stream this and bring this to you. Thank you for joining us on RC Audio Sports. It's halftime here at Memorial Stadium. If you follow RC Audio Sports on YouTube, you know that we always keep our cameras live for halftime so that we can bring you the performances of the dance teams and the bands at halftime. It's going to be the Ray Texans dance team that will take the field first. It looks like the band will come in right after them, and we will enjoy their halftime show with you. Caesar, let's take a short break. We got a presentation up on the Jumbotron. As soon as the dance team comes out on the field, we'll bring it back.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be a $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez & Associates today at 210-337-1111.
I've been working for Harlandale for 23 years. I'm the first person they see, and I like to work with kids. Here at Harlandale, we're a team. And when it comes to delivering the kids safely to school, we all work together and we accomplish the mission.
Join Harlandale ISD as a bus driver and become a vital part of our education community. Enjoy a fulfilling career with competitive pay starting at $19 an hour. Apply today at harlandale.net/apply.
Come be a part of the Harlandale legacy.
And we bring you back to Harlandale Memorial Stadium. It's halftime. The Texans up 12-7 against the hosting McCollum Cowboys. Taking the field now, the Ray Texans High School dance team will perform. RC Audio Sports always keeps our cameras live so that you can enjoy the halftime performances along with us. I'm going to turn my mic off. I'm going to turn the field mic up a little bit so we can hear the PA announcer tell us what we're watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to the 50-yard line as the national award-winning 2025-26 WB Ray Texans take the field. Senior Texans are Kirsten Andrew, Leslie Caldillo, Henry Marr, Sierra Rodriguez, Taylor Rodriguez, Kimora Villarreal, Senior Captain Sarah Salinas, Colonel Kylie Chavana. Mascot of the week is Rebecca Olivares. New of the week is Raven Trevino. Spirit girl of the week is Leslie Caldillo. Officer of the week is Nia Flores. Officer pick of the week is Katie Flores. Texan of the week is Kirsten Andrew. Texan teacher of the week is Miss Hilmy. The 2025-26 Texan officers are Junior Captain Olivia Martinez, Senior Captain Sarah Salinas, and the 25-26 Texan Colonel is Miss Kylie Chavana. Tonight, the national champions and MA Dance Circle of Gold, winning Texans will be performing a streamer jazz routine to the tune of Great Balls of Fire. A big round of applause for the 2025-2026 WBRE Tech fans. The Tech fans are under the direction of Ms. Guadalupe Durante. The Tech fans and Ms. Durante would like to thank all the drill team parents and Ray administrators for their continued support. Back to the show, Tech fans, you're mute. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. WB Ray High School, Cooperative Independent School District, and the Ray Band Boosters are proud to present the Ray High School Fighting Texan Band, performing the first three movements of the UIL Marching Competition Show. That's Carla Sheldon, Saul, and Ricardo Moore. Drum and go powerful and dramatic duet from the Ray High School Texan Band. the W.B. Ray High School section band, assistant band director. And Ryan.
That is the Corpus Christi Ray Texans marching band. We apologize for some of the audio difficulties. We are working on that now, replacing our crowd mic. So hopefully, we thank you for joining us. And I believe we are fixed. So we have the McCollum marching band is ready to come out. So we will leave it with our mic on the field for you to enjoy this halftime performance by the McCollum Cowboys, marching band.
Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the homecoming court for the graduating class of 2026. Our senior court has to meet high standards for academics, conduct, and attendance to be nominated by their respective organizations. Allow me to introduce the nominees. Representing the Art Club, Adriel Santos and Jacqueline Godina. Representing the band, Jose Torres and Emirati Castro. Representing baseball, Aiden Gonzalez. Representing basketball, Dominic Camacho and Dolisa Espinosa. Representing cheer, representing cross country, Mario Herrera and Caleb Alvarez. Representing football, Dominic Zapata. Representing the Gold Star, Christopher Nobles and Anthony Ross. Representing Health Science, Elena Rincon. Representing the ROTC, Luciano Rodriguez and Alexandria Corbett. Representing the National Honor Society, Giovanni Leona and Emerald Alvarado. Representing soccer, David Garza and Alex Kay. Representing softball, Caitlin Hines. Representing the student council, David Garcia and Leanne Gutierrez. Representing tennis, Daniel Sutherland. Representing the theater arts, Emilio Valdez. Representing track, Jeremiah Hugena. Representing volleyball, Ariana Solis. representing the Ranger, Michaela Orozco. The rankings of the court. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Cowboy homecoming court for this year's senior class. Serving as lady, Angeline Reeves. Serving as ward, Jose Torres. Serving as Duchess, Amaria Alvarado. And serving as Duke, Jeremiah Guerra. Serving as Princess, Gabriela Garcia. And serving as Prince, Dominic Zapata. And crowning our new king and queen. Reigning king, Jeremiah Zurita, and reigning queen, Ashley Orjan. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2026 homecoming queen is Noah Lisa Espinosa. Congratulations to all of our homecoming court nominees and especially to our new king and queen. A special thank you to the McCollum High School administration and the McCollum Student Council for making this event memorable.
All right, having just some difficulty with the wind and picking up the mic outside the press box, but the queen here for the homecoming queen for McCollum 2025, Noah Lisa Espinosa, the homecoming king. And the homecoming king is wearing number 5 football jersey, and the roster tells us that's Elijah Fernandez is the homecoming king. Hope that we got that right. Our crowd mic it's kind of windy and just having a hard time picking up through the press box glass there. Thank you for your patience with that. There's some technical difficulties that we can't address while we're streaming. There's others, sometimes Mother Nature is going to get the best of us. But Noa Lisa Espinosa, the homecoming queen, basketball season right on the threshold here. We're going to we'll certainly announce. I know Elisa Espinosa Plane. She's on a very good McCollum Cowboys girls basketball team. And the homecoming king was wearing number 5. That's Elijah Fernandez. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, Coach, I know you mentioned basketball right around the corner. And as it is when we start every year, just as football season comes before you know it, basketball's up next, and we'll be doing those games as well.
Basketball season, we get Tuesdays and Fridays, and we do boys and girls. And every Tuesday and every Friday, we will check the schedule and try to bring you the best matchup of the night, just like we do for volleyball on Tuesday nights. This past week, we streamed Harlandale and John Jay at Paul Taylor, a matchup of 2 third-place teams. So it was the only matchup that night of 2 teams in the top 4. Jay, in dominating fashion, beat Harlandale in 3 straight sets there. Alyssa Reyes was our player of the game, and just a side note there, if you've subscribed to the San Antonio Express News, if you can get them online, I would certainly encourage you to go read the story. Michelle Uzo wrote the story on the game, and Marvin Pfeiffer of photography. During the stream, I called him one of the. He is. And changed my mind. He's one of the best photographers to me, and you're just not going to get better photography in the world. I mean, just anybody. Sports Illustrated, Life, back in the day, Life magazine, you name it, man. Marvin Pfeiffer is tough. He's tough to beat. Michelle Uzo wrote the story, and some great quotes in it by Alyssa Reyes, the setter, and Michaela Garcia got an interview after the game, and Express News doing a great job. Speaking of doing a great job, Mac Haig, Southway Ford, David Benavides, Anthony Martinez, integral to getting this collaboration, bringing us together as a team. We welcome them to the RC Audio Sports sponsorship team. David Benavides, Anthony Martinez, Southway Ford, Mac Haig, Southway Ford, in the heart of Southside San Antonio. If you're looking to buy a pre-owned or a new car, if you're looking for the best trade-in value, that's a tough decision. It's hard to do that. It gets complicated. Another situation where you want a professional in your corner. David Benavides, Anthony Martinez are the professionals that you want in your corner when you are purchasing a new or pre-owned car. And give them a call. Don't make that decision. Don't make that decision without. Don't make that decision without visiting with Mac Haig, Southway Ford. We are here at Memorial Stadium. We're getting ready for the McCollum Cowboys to come out of their tunnel. The McCollum Cowboys won the option in the pregame coin toss. They deferred it to the second half, and so given the option in the second half, obviously they have chosen to receive the ball. The Ray Texans are going to kick off and defend the south goal. 12-7 here we are in the third quarter. And the McCollum Cowboys coming out of their tunnel, as Max Cons, who this press box is named for, used to say, out of shoot number 5. Here come the McCollum Cowboys.
And we welcome you back to the Martinez and Associates pregame show. Now with the head coach of the McCollum Cowboys, Coach Wilkinson.
All right. Start the second half here. Again, remember, McCollum won the toss. They elected to receive the football in the second half. And so big defensive stops all game long for McCollum. A big one on that last drive.
Defensive stops. First one that comes to mind, McCollum gets an interception and starts at the Texans' 5-yard line. They're not able to convert. The Texans will intercept the ball in the second play from scrimmage. So that was a big defensive stop for the Ray Texans, and that kept the Cowboys at 1 score in the first half. Here, 12-7, the Cowboys will start with the ball in their possession. Jeremiah Agueda has already returned 1 kickoff for a touchdown. We'll see. He's able to get another one. This one is going to go horizontal and not vertical. Hayden Gonzalez, I believe, they're returning that kick. Make sure I get that number right. Yeah, Hayden Gonzalez returning that kick, and that one went sideline to sideline. He went about 52 yards on that return, but none positive. So the Cowboys will start this possession, looking for an official that'll tell me where the possession is going to be. The 20-ish, let's say the 20-ish, the 16-ish. Haven't seen the down markers move just yet. The referee's going to give us a penalty. Holding is the call against the return team. So a 10-yard penalty will be assessed, and from let's see, from there it'll be half the. Well, it should be half the distance, but they're assessing all of 10 yards.
So lots to work for here in this second half of play for the McCollum Cowboys, as they will get the ball back at their own 6-yard line.
So instead of the 16, they mark off 10 yard. Well, here we go. The official, that was something that made me go, I was going to have to ask an official about that. Half the distance from the 16-yard line is the 8, not the 6-yard line, as my wife, Deanna, the math teacher, will tell you.
Luke Tejeda in at quarterback. Quick toss to Jeremiah Guerra, and Guerra has to fight to get to the 10-yard line.
Well, one play does not a half make, but I'm going to tell you the Texans, what pursuit on the first play of the second half. And I'm going to guess that there was a little fire lit under the Texans at halftime, just judging by the way they came out of the gate right there on the first play.
McCollum is set. Ready to go with trips to the top. Tejeda out of the shotgun. Quick release, but immediately hit. But the catch was made. No, it wasn't incomplete.
The catch was not made because the defender converged on the receiver about the time the ball got there and just broke it free. And so an incomplete pass, third down, and about 8 yards here to go. Back to their end zone, the Cowboys have.
Texans looking for a big stop against the Cowboys here. Zapata will take it right side, has room across the 20 for the first down. And the Cowboys respond on a third down conversion.
Dominic Zapata has been quiet tonight. He's been relatively quiet this season. 7 carries, 48 yards so far in the first 3 games. But Dominic Zapata is a name that you called a bunch throughout his career. We'll see if he can light it up here in the second half.
Zapata with 13 yards on that carry. Cowboys keep it on the ground. Another hole for Zapata. Left side, knocked out of bounds. Not before picking up yet another first down to the 43-yard line.
So Dominic Zapata, give him a couple of first downs on 2 carries, and he's just about doubled his, I'm sure he's surpassed doubling his sum to this point tonight. Those
well, just on these 2 carries, he's got 20 yards on that carry. First down Cowboys as they are now approaching midfield. Zapata, no. Play action, pass. No, he got it, excuse me. Got to the 46-yard line, so another positive yards there. Add 3 more yards to his stats.
Luke Tejeda, after he handed the ball off, continued with this fake with a pass, hopefully keeping a linebacker off the tackle, maybe keeping a defensive back away from the play. So, again, one of the little things that can help you down the way. A nice gain on first down, however.
Tejeda out of shotgun, still has Zapata behind him. Zapata finding some room, gets across the 29 right near the 30, and a big tackle made there by the Ray Biden Texans. That's number 4, Cuatro Kennedy.
Dominic Zapata has been RC Audio Sports Martinez and Associates Player of the Game at least one time prior in his career. I'm thinking that we've named him Player of the Game at least twice. Here he comes off the field, so hand the baton off.
Another third down. This time a new back in a backfield, and he powers his way for a first down.
I don't see the number just yet, but just the style. I'm going to say that's Nate Moreno senior running back, a fullback type. We talked about him, move the chains. Coach Klon, who was previously the head coach at McCollum, one of the trademarks of his offense was to always have a fullback in the game, and Coach Wilkinson making good use of that.
Play action. Pass caught on a nice route on the inside across to the 42. On the catch there was number
Robert Rook at number 84 at the targeted by Tejeda. Tejeda, that was probably the best pass that he's thrown this evening.
Up the middle.
Nate Moreno, just not a whole lot of zig or zag in his style, and with 1 yard to gain, second down. Why zig? Why zag? We're going to go right up the middle, and Nate Moreno again, the old school fullback, getting it done for the Cowboys.
Seeing McCollum on a very fast pace. Roll out, no handoff. Nice run right side. Again, Moreno getting some carries.
Little finesse in Moreno's game. He doesn't show that often, but he made that first defender miss and did not go out of bounds. I don't know that Nate Moreno's going to choose to. If he has a chance to drive it down a few more yards, he'll do that over going out of bounds. But not a big carry, but positive yardage. Cowboys moving, maybe 4 down territory here at the 35.
Lots of physicality with this McCollum football team. High snap, bobble. Tejeda has no choice but to jump right on top of it. So brings up.
On the play, recovered by McCollum, brings up 3rd down.
So brings up a 3rd down.
11 yards to go. Right, 37 yards.
So at the 37, 3rd and 11. Tejeda takes it himself, has a big block, gets across inside the 25, knocked out of bounds at right at the 25-yard line. But most importantly, Coach, the Cowboys are on a drive here with another 1st down. This is their 3rd 1st down of this drive, and they're approaching their 13th play.
They took the kickoff, 7 minutes on the clock. They've used 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter right here. This drive started at the 8-yard line. They're at almost in the red zone here.
Tejeda hands it over to Moreno. No, he'll keep it himself. No, it was still Tejeda. That's how good that play or that handoff option is.
I'm glad we're not playing defense. My goodness, what a great execution on the handoff. Luke Tejeda hands it off. He carries out the fake as if he's got the ball or as if he's throwing the ball, and that helps. That keeps a defender out of pursuit and makes it a little bit easier for the ball carrier.
Another 1st down for the Cowboys. This time, the Texans bring the house, and they make the stop for no gain.
Well, a lot of pressure up the middle by the Texans. That was another read option. The Cowboys running that very big part of their game. You read that defensive end, and the defensive end crashes on Nate Moreno. So Tejeda will keep the ball and go upfield, but you got to stunt. All the gaps are filled. Option A wasn't very good. Option B wasn't very good. No gain on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, credit the Texans defense for that as well. Moreno goes in motion. Now is in a receiver slot. Here comes pressure. Oh, Tejeda is able to get away from it. Another missed tackle. And Tejeda made something out of nothing and got a 1st down all the way to the 15-yard line. No, check that. He got back to almost the original line of scrimmage.
Luke Tejeda on the carry, brings up 3rd down. Tackle made by Reagan.
As good as throwing the ball away, getting back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he might have made a little bit more kind of bump cars with an offensive lineman. 3rd down and long, again, assuming that this would be 4 down territory for Coach Wilkinson and the McCollum Cowboys.
Move a man in motion. Jeremiah Guetta gets it. Almost went down. It's going to take a lot to take down these Cowboys, and Jeremiah Guerra almost got away from a few defenders.
Jeremiah get on the carry. Fourth down.
Fourth down and clearly 4 down territory. Coach Wilkinson went for it on 4th down earlier in the game on his side of the 50-yard line. So you would imagine in the red zone he will do the same, but it looks like he thinks that he's close enough for a field goal attempt.
Should be David Garza.
And we've seen him hit field goals from this distance. The McCollum Cowboys deep snapper Alec Pacheco and David Garza, number 11.
There's a kick. Oh, that's going to go left and short.
Your goal attempt is no good.
So a long drive, 16 plays on that drive, but the field goal no good. So the Ray Texans will take over.
If nothing else, the consolation here is for the McCollum Cowboys that they flipped the field after starting at their own 8-yard line, and will give the ball up finally after a missed field goal attempt to the Texans at the Texans 20. So we're talking about a 70-yard exchange, a 70-yard flip from their own 8-yard line to the Texans 20.
Up the middle, Brian McCollum has a lot of room, gets a first down.
Raise number 15, Brian McCollum will carry for a Texans first down.
So big play there for McCollum as they got down to the 20 on a 20-yard carry. Excuse me, got down to the 40. It was a 20-yard carry. So first down from their own 40. Trip Thompson with trips to our near side. Quick pump fake. Pass is completed. And brought down quickly by the defense. Uzefa Ula with the reception.
Tackle made by McCollum, number 24, Justin Barrientos.
So it brings up a second down from the 39. Out of the shotgun, Thompson gives it to McCollum. McCollum stopped by a group of Cowboys. There's a penalty on the field. So we'll have to see what that call will be. So we're still looking here for the call. So it's going to be a penalty called against the defense, a dead ball foul. So the Ray Texans will get the football. It's a little discussion happening with Coach Wilkinson. He's not very happy. So a dead ball foul called against McCollum.
Boy, and I can feel Coach Wilkinson's pain on this. 12-7, it's a one-score game. You just have to stay in control of your emotions. You know, you're going to make some physical mistakes in the game, but these are things that are controllable, dead ball fouls, and I can understand why Coach Wilkinson is imploring his defense to let's play this the way we practice it.
Thompson out of the shotgun, is in the pocket. Now he's rushed out, forced to take it. Fine running as he goes out of bounds at the 35.
Well, you talk about making something out of nothing. The pocket was just closing in on Trip Thompson, and eyes in the back of his head. He just bails out of there. There was no contain after he went high on his bootleg type release, and boy, a lot of green turf ahead of him. Didn't quite make the yard marker, but that was almost a loss of 6. He made it a gain of 8.
Second and short for Thompson and the Texans. Again, they like to do the no huddle and use every bit of that play clock if they need it. Ryan McCollum gets it, picks up the first down. There's a helmet on the field. He was able to get down to the 30 on a 5-yard gain, which would also give the Texans a first down.
That'll put the ball at the 30-yard line, and just as the Cowboys did on their possession before, the Texans, whether they score or not, they've flipped the field, started this at the 20. So that's a 50-yard drive already. So you flip the field about 50 yards.
2 receivers to the top of the screen. It is... Ooh, what a defensive stop.
Ray, number 15, Brian McCollum, and carry for a loss.
Good pursuit by the defense for the Cowboys. A loss on that one.
That was number 45, Jaden Ramirez, trying to get a jersey on him. But you have to pardon my oof. I used to coach defense, you know, so get excited on those plays. So pardon my oof on that. But that was a great play by Jaden.
I'm sure there was hundreds of others saying that at the same time, Coach.
We might have caught it up. We might have caught that in the crowd, Mike, right?
McCollum gets the call again, and he'll go left side. And again, the defense will make another stop. Well, this defense flies around.
First on the scene for the McCollum Cowboys, number 8 is Julius Leandri. And we've got a timeout on the field, Bobby. I believe I didn't see who called that. Oh, that's not a timeout. That's the quarter. My goodness, the third quarter. Boy, just 2 possessions in the third quarter. McCollum had it for about 7 minutes, and the Texans now have had it for about 5. So that was the quarter, 1 possession each. Gives us time to tell you about Presidio Concrete. Hector Gonzalez, Dre Gutierrez, owners of that company in business since 2021. It doesn't matter what kind of concrete job you have in store. They can do it, big or small, residential, commercial, private, public. If you're a big-time contractor and want a bid on a project that requires concrete work, make sure that Presidio Concrete is aware of that and getting a bid in on your concrete. If you're a resident, if you're a homeowner as well. Glad to have them on our team. Hector and Dre, appreciate your support. Yvette Diaz, also on our sponsorship team for the first year. Soul Rose, Medicare Legacy. She is the professional that you need in your corner if you are making Medicare or insurance decisions. Know your options. Know the policies that you can have. Don't settle. Yvette Diaz will not let you settle. Give her a call. She'll make you She'll help you make the right decision.
Third down now here for the Texans to start the fourth quarter. Play action, roll out, pass caught at the first down marker. Maybe just inside. We'll see where they spot this one.
That was a sticks route, but the receiver had to come back to it just a little bit. That was a third down play, and it was caught shy of the line to gain, Bobby. So that lighted up a yard marker that we have these days says a big 4 on it. So this is a huge play for the Ray Texans offense and the McCollum Cowboys defense. The Texans with a 5-point lead, a 1-score lead here, trying to convert a 4th down to get into the red zone, leading 12-7. Big play. Let's listen in on Bobby's call.
The defense has made some big stops pretty frequently here. They need one more. Thompson rolling out. He's going to keep it himself, and I'm not sure if he got it. He did it. In fact, he lost a couple of yards to the 25. Another big stop by the McCollum Cowboy defense, Coach.
So just like the McCollum Cowboys did on their previous possession, flipped the field, but really nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. The Cowboys defense steps up to the task on a 4th and short. Trip Thompson on a keeper, looking for some yardage around that right tackle area, around that right edge. Cowboys say, no, we'll take the ball from here.
Boy, it's very impressive, this McCollum Cowboy defense.
Yeah, Texans defense as well. I mean, we're watching some really good defenders.
McCollum on the play action. No, it's a handoff. And the Cowboys going in the right direction. Nate Moreno. 8-yard carry there. Second down and short from the 33. Pass is incomplete.
Coach Wilkinson going to the air on 2nd and short. That'll bring up a 3rd and short now after an incomplete pass. Real quickly, Bobby, if I may, Jose Silva in the chat room with us. That's Gio Silva's dad, who is the running back for Harlandale. They've got a big game tomorrow. They'll be hosting Jefferson, and you're going to have that game with is Haley going to be on the team with you?
Yes, Haley will be doing play-by-play.
All right. Well, glad to have Haley back. Took a short break, and congratulations to Gio Silva, who was our player of the game last week.
3rd and short. The handoff to the 35, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Well, they're the officials signaling the chain gang to bring it down, and just enough, just to the line of gain. So a 1st down, the Cowboys on the move. We're in the 4th quarter, 10 minutes, 18 seconds, 15 seconds, and counting.
Dominic Zapata back into the ballgame. He got that 1st down. He'll get the carry again. And he's got a nice surge from his offensive line up to near the 40 to the 39.
Dominic Zapata, a great drive that he had the last time the Cowboys had the ball in the 3rd quarter, Bob. There were just 2 possessions. The McCollum Cowboys had it for a little over the half of the 3rd quarter. The Texans took it for the rest of that 3rd quarter. That was amazing. 2 possessions in 1 quarter.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. Play action. Tejeda, middle of the field. The pass is taken away. Intercepted along the sideline. There goes Quattro Kennedy as he just took the ball away in midair.
Bob, it looked like that pass was just slightly overthrown, and Quattro Kennedy, he had a bead on the ball the whole way because playing that free safety, you think you're going to make a play on the receiver and tackle him, but he stayed upright, eyes on the ball, and made the right decision on that. So the defense, stepping up now, offense unable to seal the deal. The defense says, look, we're giving it back to you right about where we gave it away. It's at the 15-yard line. You're back in the red zone. The Texans defense says, let's see what you can do with that offense.
Just inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Can the McCollum Cowboys defense do it again? Trip Thompson out of the shotgun. Delayed handoff to Brian McCollum.
Oh, I like the play. I like the play. A little bit of a draw, delay handoff, trying to. The problem there with that is that for the Texans, if you're analyzing the Texan side of the play, the Cowboys' defensive line really didn't get any penetration. So on the delayed handoff, they were still at the line of scrimmage, able to make the play on that.
Good read by the defensive line. And now Thompson rolls left side. Fires the football. The pass is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. Again, that was Yusefa Ula for the touchdown. I believe that's his second.
Second score tonight for Yusefa Ula, one of Trip Thompson's favorite targets. And I was going to say, as that play was developing, walking on your play-by-play, the roll left for Trip Thompson has been gold tonight, and that's not an easy play for a right-hander to make. You got to roll left. You're going to get some pressure. You got to stop, have presence of mind. Fix your feet, fix your shoulders, and get that ball downfield. And Ula was there for him, presented himself in the end zone, and a lot of conversation. They signaled the score, and it looks like we're lining up for an extra point conversion, but the officials over there on the Texans sideline, and a lot of conversation going on over there. See if we can hear what the referee shares with us. That was his second unsportsmanlike conduct. I think he over-celebrated the first time he scored, and he did it again. You get two. You get a second chance on your second unsportsmanlike conduct. You are ejected from the game, and that will be Yusefa Ula's fate after the second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of the night, and the 15-yard penalty, maybe perhaps more importantly.
So to continue to guess who.
The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the extra point conversion. Score the touchdown. Extra point conversion will be tried from the line of scrimmage. Will be the 18-yard line. So that will mean the tee will be placed at the 25. That's a 35-yard field goal. That's a stretch for the average high school kicker. We've not seen either kicker be able to convert on anything at this distance.
Corey Carpenter puts his leg into it. No! Was it blocked?
It was blocked.
It was blocked. And the extra point attempt, no good.
11. That's big. 11. That's an 11-point lead. That means two touchdowns without extra points, without any conversions, will give the lead to the Cowboys. That's the good news if you're rooting for the Cowboys. The bad news is there's only 8 minutes and 54 seconds, and yardage has been hard to come by. Yardage has been hard to come by for either offense.
Once again, it's time to continue to guess who. We're going to show you another older picture of a coach for your McCollum Cowboy. Let's take a look at the video.
7 Cents Media on our sponsorship team this year. You know them, Isaiah and Sebastian Castro, Rissa Castro as well. Do some great work for us on RC Audio Sports, and we're so appreciative of their camera work and their professionalism. But when they're not working for RC Audio Sports, they've got their own thing, 7 Cents Media. They'll help you produce a podcast or a documentary or a music video, or if you need a big event videographed, they'll do that as well. You've seen Arissa Castro's photography on our social media, 7 Cents Media. And Superior Tax. It's September. Who's thinking about taxes in September? I know who is. Bobby Mendes is.
Yeah, plenty of people are. If you've needed that extension deadline is coming up on October 15th of this year. Your last opportunity to save on some penalties and fees and maybe some interest if you owe. And if you don't owe, well, we can still
help
take
you with
care
that.
of you.
Hey, Bobby, let me ask you. How long as Superior Tax, how long since you founded that company?
2009.
2009. So it's been a stretch.
Yeah.
20, I'm going to say 16 years, that sounds like to me with my math. Trying to impress Deanna, my wife, the math teacher. Kim Babiak says, "Go Texans!" Thanks for a great broadcast, Kim. Thanks for the kind words. You fuel us, and we're so glad to be able to do this. This is for us. It's a labor of love.
Short kick, fielded on the ground. Texans celebrating like they got it.
Boy, that was a high lob, and the McCollum. The McCollum return man did not call for a fair catch, so he was the Texans. I mean, he was fair game, and when he caught the ball, he was contact came immediately. The officials talking about, did you see a fair catch? I didn't see a fair catch. We didn't see one up here.
Oh boy!
So I think that that play will stand. And 8 minutes and 54 seconds left. The Texans with an 11-point lead, and now an opportunity to chew some time off of the clock. Kim Babiak and everybody out there rooting for the Texans. That's great news for Ray.
So the Texans have the football all over again. They have an 11-point lead. Ryan McCollum away from a couple of defenders, and he gets knocked out of bounds as he crossed the 40, and some flags will come out onto the field.
I think I'm going to guess. I can't resist making the call from up here, but it looks like the helmet was pulled off of McCollum, and that is not legal, and the flag came right at that point. So that is going to be a costly penalty for the Cowboys, who are trying to get that ball back just as quickly as they can. Time is short. The Cowboys are 2 scores down, and the first down is going to leave a mark. You run the ball, and the clock doesn't stop. You're assuming a first down is going to give you 3 plays, 40 seconds that you get on your play clock if you run it down to ones.
Of the defense. Face mask. Number 48 of the defense. That penalty will be enforced at the end of the run. First down.
So a face mask and unnecessary roughness. Again, I was saying a first down, you get 3 plays, 40 seconds on your play clock. 3 times 40 is 120. That's 2 minutes. Every first down is going to get you about 2 minutes that you can chew off the clock.
That gave them a total of a 19-yard gain, including that penalty. Trip Thompson drops back to pass. Plenty of time. He's going to take it. Didn't see anything. So he decided to run it. He got down to the 16-yard line.
Just a great look at an RPO there for the Texans. And, Coach Charlton told us before the game that Tripp is capable. Very good decision maker. And that's a run-pass option RPO for the Texans. And, it freezes the man who's in cover. You can't come tackle Tripp, because if you release your receiver, Tripp's going to pass the ball off. So, great execution on the RPO for the Ray Texans.
Now a 2nd and 6 here for the Texans. They've got trips to our near side. Thompson. I could see that the Cowboys noticed the screen. They dropped back right away when they noticed they had a free shot or a free lane to the quarterback.
Clyde, we're going to give your scores again. Thank you. Floresville 23, Highlands 14. They're in the 4th quarter over there. We've had Highlands once, and boy, what a defense they have. John Jay and Southwest Legacy tied up at 14 points apiece. They're in the 4th quarter, and Trinity, our schedule for tomorrow is Bobby's going to be here at Memorial Stadium. That'll be Jefferson at Harlandale, and I will be over at the SAISD Sports Complex. That's going to be Marble Falls and Brack. That's our schedule for tomorrow's streams. We've got a timeout on the field. You're watching a great football game on RC Audio Sports. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, Don't fight the billion-dollar auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-1111.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light.
And we welcome you back here. We are in the fourth quarter. The Cowboys trailing by 11, needing a defensive stop, maybe even a turnover here at this point. But Trim Thompson bobbles it, gets rid of the football. The pass is caught inside the 10.
Inside the 10, that'll bring a 1st and goal for the Texans. They're in no hurry to snap the ball. And again, every first down is worth 2 minutes. And we're at the 7-minute mark here, winding down. If the Texans control the ball, they don't stop the clock. The Cowboys aren't going to get the ball until under 5 minutes, 2 scores down, whether the Texans score or not.
Teddy Chavez on the reception on the play before. Up the middle, no. Bouncing it to the right side, and Brian McCollum knocked out of bounds just inside the 10, maybe at the 8.
15, Brian McCollum on the carry, brings up 2nd down.
Oh, an important judgment call by the officials there, say that his forward progress was stopped before he went out of bounds. I thought he had made an error by running out of bounds and stopping the clock, but the officials say no. Forward progress stopped before he went out of bounds. Wind the clock, keep it going. So we're about at the 6-minute mark. That was that's big. That's a big decision right there.
2nd down and 8, or check that. That's 2nd down and goal from the 8. It's a 3 wide receiver set, 2 to the right side and 1 to the left side. The handoff up the middle, that goes to Brian McCollum, and he gets maybe to the 5-yard line on a 3-yard pickup. So the clock will continue to run.
5 minutes, under 6 minutes now for the Texans. It is 3rd down, and again, the Texans can take this right down to the 5-minute mark, and if they don't score, not to belabor a point, but it's certainly 4-down territory. So add or subtract another 40 seconds for the Cowboys before they can get the ball. We're talking about 4 minutes left in the game if the Texans run 2 plays here.
Rolling left side. Looked like, yeah, Thompson's going to keep it, and he gets across the 5, knocked out of bounds. Did the ball pop out? It did, but he was down already.
And this time, Tripp does go out of bounds, and that will stop the clock at the 5-minute and 3-second mark. 4th down and 4th and goal. Looks like a tee has come out onto the field. So the Ray Texans will attempt a field goal from here.
Corey Carpenter to try to extend the lead by 3 more. The hold, the kick, and the kick is good. Corey Carpenter gets that one to go. So another 3 points added to this game here for the Ray Texans.
Now a 14-point lead, still a 2-touchdown difference, a 2-touchdown deficit for the Cowboys, but they'll have to tack on an extra point every time they score. If they can score twice with 4 minutes and 58 seconds, and again, as we said before, that score of the Texans, touchdowns have been hard to come by against these defenses.
Oh, yeah. Well, you mean McCollum only has 1 touchdown. They've had several good drives, a couple of turnovers, a couple of interceptions.
Tonight's festivities are brought to you by Danny Martinez and Martinez and
So
Associates.
we're keeping it here during the break. That says 4 minutes and 58 to give you the situation. 4 minutes and 58 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter of a very, very well played ball game. The Texans will kick off with a 14-point lead, 4 minutes and 58 seconds left to play, and leading 20.
Pay attention.
7.
Carpenter ready to kick off. Another short kick, and it will be downed.
The Texans liking that lob here with a 14-point lead. It worked for them last time, able to recover a missed catch by the Cowboys and taking possession. That score as that drive began on the missed.
Well, certainly, Coach. I mean, not the way that this game is played, because we've been long drives. But if the McCollum Cowboys can really find a way to put something quickly together and then get the ball right back, they're certainly right in this ball game.
Yeah, certainly are. The clock is not in their favor, Bobby. They've already called one timeout, so they've only got 2 timeouts left. They're going to keep it on the ground and push it out beyond the 35-yard line. We want to remind you that tomorrow night, Bobby Mendez will be back here at Memorial Stadium on RC Audio Sports, the channel that you're on right now. Harlandale will be hosting Jefferson, and I'll be at the SAISD Sports Complex on RC Audio Sports 2, Marble Falls and Brack.
Handoff, right side. I believe that's Dominic Zapata. And he gets across midfield very quickly. First down. So in Texan territory at the 48-yard line. Cowboys continue to keep it on the ground, and the clock will continue to run. Bringing up a second down. Expect the Cowboys to get right back to that line of scrimmage. So a loss of a yard on that play. Ball spotted at the Texan 49. We've got a 4 wide receiver set now for Tejeda. Zapata in the backfield. Pass completed, but brought down by big number 11. That's James Stevenson.
Robert Roca, the target, looked like a tunnel screen and just got clotheslined as he tried to get back behind his blockers. But again, just really impressed with the game that's been played. I don't want to diminish the personal fouls, the unsportsmanlike penalties, but you put those aside, and it's been a very well played game. Very few live ball penalties in this game.
Tejeda out of the shotgun. He's going to be forced out of the pocket. He's scrambling, but he will go down again. And again, I believe on that tackle is James Stevenson.
So that'll be the 4th sack of the night for the Ray Texans on Luke Tejeda. And again, that's worse than a penalty, actually, a sack is, because you lose yardage and you lose it down, you know. And so, I mean, that's very, very costly.
McCollum is going for it here on 4th down. They need a long way to go. Plenty of time. Tejeda launches it. The pass is dropped. Oh boy, he had it right in his hands and dropped it. Number 82.
Bob, there's a penalty flag at the end of the play. This one's going to be interesting.
Alec Pacheco.
Let's learn about this, because it was 4th down. It was after the play. So 4th down was over.
Is that automatic?
It was after the play, so the possession was over, and so the penalty will be assessed, a 15-yard penalty, but against the Texans, but the Texans will still have possession of the ball.
So the Cowboys turn it over on a turnover on downs, and then the penalty will be assessed on the offense.
On the the line of scrimmage, it's a defensive penalty, but the offense will suffer for it.
Yes.
And again, I love these little textbook situations here. Had that happened on 3rd down, that would have been a 1st down.
Yes.
Because that would have been assessed against the with the Cowboys still in possession. Since it happened on 4th down after the play, possession was over.
The Texans from their own 42. With a 14-point lead. as they continue to move the football. And Brian McCollum just shows you what a tough back he is as he's gotten into Cowboy territory all the way down to the 35-yard line. About 22 yards on that carry.
First down.
Thank you for joining us here this evening as we approach the 2-minute mark. Always a pleasure to bring you these games, and double fun for us when we have an out-of-town team. Maybe not everyone can make an out-of-town game on a Thursday night, but we're here. All you got to do is find us on YouTube, and you know, you're at the game, and just love doing it.
And also, you're welcome to like us on all of our social media as well, and you can follow along with all the other great games we have.
We looks like the game is in hand. Of course, we've seen crazier things happen, but I'm going to say that should the Ray Texans win, they'll get an offensive and a defensive player of the game, and we will be announcing them here on the stream, and we'll be recognizing them on our social media.
And then also we'll march down to the field and get a post-game interview, and we'll post you. That's why you want to follow us, is because whenever we post the post-game interview, that's where you'll catch it.
There you go. On our social media, all the platforms, Facebook, X, and Instagram, and of course YouTube, where you're watching us. We even have Threads if you want to go out to Threads and do that. That one didn't take off. Like we thought it might, but we're out there on Threads as well. I've finally gotten used to X. I couldn't, I said I'm never going to get used to that. So
it's coming along.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten used to calling it X. Is what I'm saying. So,
Brian McCollum, no plays off. He's still pumping as he gets knocked out of bounds.
Crafty Melly, that is an excellent question. Since it was homecoming, the Cowboys will perform after the game. We're going to go downstairs and get an interview anyway. Maybe we'll ask our cameraman to keep the cameras running and get their halftime performance. Gilbert Borrego is the band director for the McCollum Cowboys marching band, and a fine show that he puts on. He's directed this band for a long time, and traditionally Division I's all their UIL competitions.
Texans keeping it on the ground. Again, Brian McCollum put in a full day's work today here. So brings up third down with the clock continuing to run here. This game started out as a real defensive battle in the first half. And then the third quarter flew right by. And then lots of action here in the fourth from the Texans. Texans keeping the ball on the ground, and Brian McCollum will get the first down, and that'll probably be enough to do it.
Number 15, Brian McCollum on the carry for Texans first down.
Again, tomorrow night, 2 broadcasts on RC Audio Sports and then RC Audio Sports 2. You can catch Coach Robert Villafranca over from Burbank High School, and they will be at the sports complex, and they'll be catching the Brackenridge Eagles and Marble Falls. And then tomorrow we'll have the Harlandale Indians and the Jefferson Mustangs. That game last year went down to the wire. But that'll do it here from Harlandale Memorial Stadium. I believe we might capture a little bit of the band after the game. So if you want to keep it right here, we can catch the McCollum Cowboy Marching Band. But congratulations to the WB Ray Fighting Texans as they win this ball game 21-7. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the Martinez and Associates players of the game. We'll be right back.
Join the legacy today and become a teacher for Harlandale ISD. Here at Harlandale, we offer many benefits for you and your family, competitive pay, and a starting salary for teachers of $58,000. We offer teacher stipends for teaching bilingual classes, coaching, special education, and more. Here at Harlandale, we are inspiring our students to be the change. Join us today and make a difference tomorrow. Apply now at harlandale.net/apply.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-1111.
We welcome you back to Postgame here. The McCollum Cowboy Band will be set to perform as it was homecoming here, and they did not get to perform. But it's time for the Martinez and Associates Players of the Game. On the offensive side, we're going to give it to Brian McCollum. He had a fantastic day on the ground doing his work for the offensive side. And for the defensive side, number 4, Quattro Kennedy, who also had a interception in this ball game. So congratulations to Quattro Kennedy and to Brian McCollum for the Martinez and Associates Players of the Game. We'll keep it right here for just a little while, and we'll talk to you soon.
Country. McCollum High School is proud to present the award-winning band from Cowboy Land. Rotators are Anna Aguirre, David Torres, and Ivan Ortiz. Marcher of the week is Gavin Garcia. Spinner of the week is Jalen Tobar. And section of the week is the Low Reed. Tonight's performance is dedicated to the memory of Gilbert E. Moreno. The McCollum Band will be performing a custom marching show arranged by John Meehan. Tonight the Cowboy Band will be performing Movement 1, The First Flame, and Movement 2, Through the Lens of Their Memory. Music selections are from pictures at an exhibition by Mazorski and True Colors by Cindy Lauper. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the music as the mighty Cowboy Band performs their 2025 UIL Marching Show, Refrain. your band ready. You may now take the field.
Ready! Set! Go! It's a bad idea to run a foot race against these guys, just like it's a bad idea to go up against the billion-dollar auto insurance industry all alone.
Hire Martinez and